Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And as we all know, the new season will be releasing this coming Tuesday. The season name is Heavy Metal, and here are the 10 things you must know about the new season. So before wasting any more time, let's get started. So the first thing you need to know about is this season returning map is Provence. However, it's not your regular Reforged. It went under major redesign similar to Pearl River. So initially this map was 600 by 600, limited to tier 1 and 2 when it was removed pre 6.0 or pre 5.0. And now this is what the PC has. That's the version of that map we are getting, and the map size has been increased to 850 by 850. So when the map will be added this Tuesday, it will be at a boosted frequency for 2 weeks as standard, as well as it will be available to tier 3 to tier 10 as well as era 1. However, I do expect it to get similar treatment as Liberty Falls, where after the boosting period ended in 2 weeks, the map was dropped down to up to tier 8. So it would not see tier 9 and 10. And that is my guess though, just based on what happened to Liberty Falls, as well as this map is similar, smaller size. So don't expect to stay at tier 9 and 10 for much longer. Second key feature about the season is the changes to Mark of Excellence. To put them in simple words is that now you'll be able to make progress towards your MOE quicker and easier just because the requirements will be relatively lower. However, keep in mind this only applies to first, second, and third mark of excellence, no changes to fourth mark. But for most players, this will help them a lot as it'll reduce the time by 20, 30, or even up to 40% to get your 3 mark of excellence onto any tank. Third key feature we are getting with this season is the ability to respec one skill at a time. This feature was removed with 6.0 and now we are getting it back. So this is definitely one of my favorite additions to the game that we are getting with this season, as I hate to spend 90 gold to respec my crews, as now I'll be able to do it for as little as 10 gold, or depending on however many skills I want to respec instead of respecing the entire commander. Fourth key feature that we're getting this season is anti-duplicate system for gold war chest. Now keep in mind this only applies to war chests that we can buy with gold, and there are no changes to the regular war chests that we buy with money or we get from long haul. So it only applies to the war chests we can buy with gold. So the change is currently if there are 10 tanks available in the drop and you already own 5 of them, it doesn't matter as you can get any of those tanks that you already own and you get compensation as silver. And you can keep getting the same tank again and again. However, they're now adding a pity system. So if you do get a tank, you will only get the tank that you currently don't have in your garage. So for example, if there are 9 tanks in the drop that you already own and 1 you don't, so when you do get a tank, it'll be the one you don't own. And if you have all the tanks in the drop in your garage, then you'll start getting the duplicate tanks and the reward will be silver compensation. So the pity system allows even veteran players who usually don't buy these chests with gold because they own most of the tanks and they don't want silver compensation. It will be useful for them, especially for me, as I can go ahead and buy the chest for even for just the one tank that I do not have in my garage. For the next feature, it is the ATGM update, the fifth key feature for the season. They have now added minimum arming distance and improved acceleration for missiles. So what that happens is now you need to be at least 65 meters away from your target to use the missile at full capability. You would still be able to fire the missile if you're less than 65 meters away from the target. However, the missile will have 25% less damage and 75% less penetration. But if you are at 65 meters or further away from your target, then it will behave as normal. To compensate for it, they're also increasing the acceleration of missiles, and it will vary from missile to missile, but it is safe to assume that you will have the acceleration will be twice as to what it is now. That's just a general number, does not apply exactly to each missile, but that's kind of the average we'll see. Before we proceed with the last remaining 5 features, here's a screenshot of what could be a potential returning map, maybe for next season or the season after. But if this map seems familiar to you, let me know in comments what do you think the name of the map is. So the next feature is the free reward we will be able to get with the season, and it is the tier 8 British tank destroyer GSOR 1008. It's a solid TD, and I'll have a review about this tank later on. Next tank we're getting with the season is the reward for stage 25, that is Lioness Skoda T45, a tier 7 heavy tank. Next reward for the season is the German tier 8 medium Panther 88. This will be available as a stage 75 reward. Now it's time for the new tanks that will be added to the game with this season. First we have tier 10 American tank destroyer T114 Battalion AT. This tank destroyer is a stealthy TD and it's an autoloader. The details are mentioned in the site. We'll have a full review. However, the key thing about this tank is it only has 2 shells, heat and HE, no AP or APCR. So you can't play it as your traditional TD, as the shell will be slower, take a while to get to the target, as well as you don't have AP, so the shell might get absorbed when you shoot the side. So you have to aim carefully with this tank. But I do expect this tank to have great camo because of how small it is, as well as since it's an autoloader with 3 seconds of interclip. Moving on to the last reward for this season, it will be Leclerc T4 Terminator. It is a Detente era Western Alliance heavy tank, and you'll also get the hero skin and a commander when you purchase Ultimate Season Pass. So in addition to every tank mentioned previously, we will also be getting a Malibu Steven 3 Commander skin, but it might not be at the start of the season, probably in between. So that's it for today's video. Let me know in comments if you find it useful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.